What is up with it? Welcome to the Scar and Toph show, featuring Toph, Scar, and extra special guest because we could not find the Crimson Blur, the BenSW.
I'm glad to be your backup guest.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I'm excited to share the new rule set that Blur is going to share.
Right. That's the real reason we have you on, because you actually voiced strong opinions
I have
about.
actually very strong. I don't know what the rule set is. I wish I did, so I could lie to the viewers and tell them that it's not what it is.
Yeah.
But I do have strong opinions.
What I think we should do, because the Crimson Blur lives within walking distance from our studio here, is please mobilize if you're in the chat. If you're watching the VOD, you just have to trust in the us of the present, which to you is the us of the past.
Meanwhile, Toph is losing a lung.
And tweet to Blur, reach him on any media platform that you really can and let him know that what the people want, more than a TO Summit, more than a rule set, more than the end of drama in Smash Brothers Melee, is the Blur on the Scar and Toph show.
Yeah.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
That's what I always say. Actually, don't really say that very often. It's been a while. It's actually been a while.
Yeah, we're going old school with the show. No, I don't think we have an agenda. I have things that I want to discuss, but
Me too. But it's more like a fun thing. It's more like it'd be cool to. But honestly, the floor is kind of you guys'. Do the people know Ben? Should I do an introduction of Ben?
That's
Should I
a great
actually talk
idea.
about one of the first times I met Ben? Ben is obviously the face of NotLikeThis. But one of my fondest memories of Ben was actually I think the first day I worked at Twitch. When I was in the lunchroom, I was in the cafeteria, and I was hanging out with you, right? And there was, I just overheard, we're like waiting in line for food or something, and I just heard some guy like behind me, and he was like, to his friend, he was like, "Hey, is that the BenSW?" And that really shaped my perception of Ben, because when you hear someone say that, you're kind of like, well, shit, I guess this guy's a big deal,
So, you know the website Fiverr.com? Here's the story behind the story. No.
I don't even get that joke.
I think he's saying that he really needed to impress me on my first day, so he paid some guy $5 to stand in the Twitch office and say,
I got you. Thanks for the update. Now I'm in the loop.
Yeah.
Yep, BenSW, the man who caused Music King to go to Twitter and or Reddit after
But it was not
Kings
me.
of
It was
Cali
definitely
4.
not me.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
You're making up all these.
No,
there's a
it's
lot of fake stories out there.
800%.
Making up, a lot of fake stories. Can you name some of the fake stories, Ben? Just let the people know what are the fake stories.
There's so many of them that.
Now that it's prefaced that they're not real stories, what are some of the fake stories that you feel are circulating about you, Ben?
I'm a very passionate guy.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate in the crowds of Super Smash Brothers Melee tournaments.
Yeah.
So, when my favorite player is playing, I like to cheer for them. I like to cheer for them loudly. And some players, they can't handle the pressure of like a stadium feeling.
That's true.
And if you want to be a top player, you just have to get good. You just have to make sure.
Betonius the peg legit had us pegged. Now they guess BenSW. Who else are they gonna grab from the hallways of Twitch? Yes.
I actually came over here because I thought you'd be sitting here in
I
preparation for the show.
actually saw him in the hallway and said,
wanted to
"Hey,
play
you want to be a guest on our show tonight?"
But these are hallowed hallways.
Hallowed.
These are not, your run-of-the-mill
That's true.
Joe Schmo hallways. We got
true.
legends.
But anyway, there's some players who can't handle
The
cheering.
pressure.
Yeah. And so I was at Kings of Cali, and a player who I enjoy watching a lot, Amsa, was playing, and he was making a good run as Red Yoshi. And so I was cheering for him, and I cheer pretty loudly. And then Mango, he won that tournament, so I cheered for my friend Mango. And then some random internet troll posted on Reddit something to the effect of like, cheering has really gotten out of hand at events. It's really disrespect. I don't know what Music King said on Reddit, but I'd like to think that I wasn't the only one cheering, even though I was maybe the loudest of the people cheering. But I think that that's just something you have to.
So I missed the fake story about you, Ben. What was the thing that was actually the fake thing?
The actual fake thing.
Yeah, 'cause
is,
that sounds like a real
normal story.
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal. I don't really get why you.
That A-Track likes to tell is that I screamed at Music King in his face, 7th place, at the top of my lungs, like up in his face. That is the way that Brandon tells the story. That did not happen. What actually happened is I was cheering for Amsa, and there was this drunk dude next to me, very drunk, and he started screaming 7th place. Were you?
I thought you were gonna say the drunk dude asked like
Ben
you like,
get it.
hey, really loudly, right? The drunk dude is like, hey, what place will the
That was
loser
actually
of
sick.
this match get?
Right.
And over the crowd, which had gotten as riled up, 7th place. He gets 7th place. That's no. There's another
happened.
fake story actually. You claim to be fake, but A-Truck always tells us one. But every time I hear you, so I don't really know the full story of this one. In that you very vehemently sort of say like, no, this didn't happen. But A-Truck is very insistent, and every time I hear you say this didn't happen, you start laughing in this way that sort of belies.
Actually, do we have a 4th headset? Could we get Atrioc? Do you
see
want to
around?
hit Atrioc up and see if he wants to join us? Because that would be a really good show. The
I don't
4
think,
of us.
Yeah, it would be a good show. I don't think he's in the office.
Why don't you just message him?
Yeah.
Toph has something to say though.
Well,
But-
I almost don't want to tell the story if A-Truck's going to be, but it's a short story, so maybe I'll just say it and then maybe he can add to it later.
Yeah.
But my understanding from the way it was told to me, it was one of the Evos, right? And you guys were close to the front
Yeah.
of the crowd, is what I heard. Who was playing in this story? I know you've heard this story. I know you know who was playing.
I don't know.
Probably someone you're a big
I have
fan
a
of.
W emote. That's not it. That's Blur. I
You're
put it
Blur.
in chat.
Yeah, there he is.
Blur has actually he wasn't doing a TO summit. He was actually perfecting his
What is a TO summit?
interperson teleportation, command other people's identities technology. So the Blur is actually here. He's taken over BenSW's body. But
It's like Mario in the
he can
new
only
game.
use this for
What's up, guys?
he can only use his power for
I'm the Crimson Blur.
about 2 minutes. So Blur, tell us what actually happened at the TO summit.
Yeah.
Lots of things happen. I don't like to talk about them.
Okay.
But
Can you tell us any details or specifics?
this isn't really the venue for the Blur. I like to make big
What the
splashes.
fuck is this? What is this shit?
You've never seen him do this?
Hey!
He actually does do that. When he's trapped in a corner, he does that for sure.
So
Wait, is that what that shirt says? Is integrity at the bottom?
which shirt?
Base Wolf HS. Is that what it says? HS? Not HS. At the bottom of the shirt that has the falcon and the fox and their eyes are covered.
In Japanese?
The Justin Warren one. There's 2 characters at the bottom, and I don't know what they say.
I did not look at it carefully.
By the way, Blur's gone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wow. That actually reminds me of another funny moment I had at this Evo where I was wearing my
Wait.
other.
Did you already say the Atrioc Ben story?
We're
Blur
kind of jumping.
appeared.
This is where we have
No,
to.
I know. That's where we were. Trust me, I'm following the thread of discussion.
Okay, but I want to. Okay, there's another
We'll do that
thread
one
though.
after.
Okay, we'll do that one after. It's about a shirt, Justin Norton shirt. But my understanding is you guys were at an Evo watching, spectating. I don't know who was playing, but you must have been very excited. So my hypothesis is that Mango was involved, and there were some children in front of you, in the row in front of you, and they were standing up and getting kind of wild too, and you couldn't really see past them or something, and you had a cup of a beverage that you'd finished, so there was a bunch of ice in it. And the story, as it's told by Atrioc, is you yell, "Sit the fuck down," and you throw the cup of ice at the kids.
Oh my god.
That didn't happen.
And every time you say that didn't happen, you say it with this face where you're laughing really hard. So it's kind of like
Almost as he's recollecting something. An experience in his life.
I don't know what to say here because that didn't happen. And I could make up a story, a different story, and tell that to the people. But the truth is that it didn't happen. So if I made up a story, then people would think that it would have
my
happened.
God.
That it happened, but it didn't happen.
You know, I really want to see this guy in Mafia. I really want to see
God.
BenSW.
Okay, do you want the actual story?
And you remember when you almost went to Summit,
Oh.
you had the credit card ready to go, and you thought yourself twice.
And I had the enter
Second
button
guessed.
and smash GG. Actually, you know who fucked me?
Eric Violence.
Eric Violence Lee.
That's right. That's okay. Next time you got
He'll
this.
do that.
We'll just talk to Eric next time. We'll
Yeah.
tell him, hey, cool off on the 3, just buy 2.
Just 2. Or
And-
buy 3, and we
give one to
have...
Ben. Yeah,
I'm not Mafia.
I'm not Mafia.
I swear.
Okay,
Do you remember? Did we talk about Chew and Mafia on the show?
But yeah, that story never happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you message HR?
Yeah, I did. This is the greatest witch hunt
Did he
in
say
Twitch
anything?
history. He didn't say anything.
No, I'm totally down to talk about. I love
Oh, he
talking
just
about
left. He
Mafia.
just left.
Tell him to
Blur.
come back.
Oh, well. Yeah, tell him to come back. Before we
I'll
get to
tune
that,
in,
because
though.
we brought up the thread from
Tell him
the
I'll give
shirt
him
thing.
What's a funny amount of money? Like $420 or something.
Yeah,
$69.
$69. It's like as funny as $420, but like less.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. Yeah. I was wearing the one that has the two big Chinese characters, Japanese characters, kanji. And I think that also is a Justin Warren design. It's the one that says on the top of it. It says Melee Boys, and it's kind of like this like sort of vaporwave look. And I ran into Gamer B and Z at Evo. He appreciated that. That's
He
good.
lulled, but it doesn't seem like he's going to come back.
And I gave Gamerby a little because he gave me cookies last time he came to. He gave me like these Chinese cookies, so I was like, well, I should give him something back. So I gave him a little thing of like chocolates, and he gave me this big hug. And he was almost like he almost seemed like a little insincere from how grateful he was. I think he was making fun of me because the thing of chocolates I got him was kind of small. And he was like, "This is the greatest gift. I'm going to eat one every day and think about you every day. You're my favorite ever." He's actually a super funny guy. And then he looks at my shirt, and he goes, "Those are the wrong Chinese characters." And him and Z start picking apart the Chinese characters on the shirt for like 5 minutes. And I'm just like, but it's kind of like, it's almost like it's a thing, to have, so I'm kind of into it. It's having slightly incorrect Chinese characters tattooed on you.
Is
it's
that
like,
a thing? It's a thing, but it's a thing that's not. It's a thing because of how.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a shirt with bad Chinese characters than a tattoo.
Yeah,
I agree with
exactly,
that,
exactly.
for sure.
Or put it this way, it's like the American equivalent of like when there's like Japanese shirts that have English on them, but it's like English, so it's like bad.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool.
I guess
This
I
is
could
the
see
way
it.
I look at it.
I
I'm
could
like,
see it.
yeah. So that's kind of that's how I'm rationalizing it anyway. The other way I could do it is I could be like, well, shit, I got to throw this shirt away, but I don't want to do that.
I'm not gonna throw the shirt away.
Exactly.
It's dope. No one knows what it means.
No,
It's fine.
it's fine. Okay.
Cool, so that was the
all
shirt.
the threads are wrapped up.
Yeah,
So, and then the H-Rock thing is he's not coming.
I don't think
He's
he's
not
coming.
coming.
But we already told the story.
But it was a
with
fake
this.
story anyway, so nobody wanted to hear it
Yeah, that's
because it
true.
wasn't real.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about it.
It does not sound. Trees does not sound like Blur's coming at all.
Keep telling
Unfortunately,
lies.
Where did he go?
who knows, man? I don't think he was here today. That's what I heard.
Can I?
see him in the office?
No.
Just get
Well,
cut?
I work in Sansom. Can I ask you a question? What is
Yeah.
a TO Summit?
From what I understand, you remember there was the Melee on Me that happened a couple weeks back where they wanted to decide a rule set. And
Well, we were not invited.
You were not invited. I mean, it didn't really make any sense because none of the people really knew what was going on. And people wanted like a definitive answer out of it. And none of the key decision makers were like really ready to make a decision. So they put on this like 4-hour long podcast, which I watched at 2x speed. It was great.
I love watching things faster than they really are.
There was no outcome. And so everybody was upset. Everybody was raging on Twitter. And so Blur posted a tweet that said, just wrapped up the TO Summit here at
He
Evo.
came in at the end, right? And he laid
yeah.
the smacketh down on the Melee on Me cast, where Sheridan was probably putting forth evenly reasoned,
Yeah.
his perspective, and then Taffa would jump in and say something. Everybody would jump in and say something.
Leffen joined the call.
But
Wow.
then the Blur came in with his theme music playing, and he said, "You know what? You guys are all idiots. I am going to go to Evo,
Yeah.
and I'm going to solve this problem. You guys are dumbasses. It's going to be solved." And then he bounced.
Yeah. He just dropped the mic,
Wow.
left the call. And then,
I'm going to solve this problem?
Then he tweeted
Yeah.
at Evo, just wrapped up the TO Summit. We've got a
That's
great
right.
rule set for you guys. I'm excited to share it with you soon.
Blur brought
Nothing.
all the negotiators together, and he made a deal.
Or he just
said,
posted
"Let's
a
sit
tweet
everybody
saying
down
that
for 2
all happened."
hours. Let's just bang our heads together and make a deal." And a deal was apparently made at Evo.
Okay.
So now
And no one knows
the
what it
rule
is.
set for the entire community has been decided.
And no one knows what it
Nobody
is.
knows
Is that
what
what
it
it
No
is?
one knows what it is.
There's a rumor going around on the internet that box-like controllers are banned.
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't know because Blur's not here.
Me and Bobby are in the Facebook MIOM group chat, and I went in there the other day, and I actually asked Sheridan, "Yo, what is the ruling on Arduinos?" And he said, after he waited a little while before responding, and then he said, "It's a secret."
Why? Why is it a secret?
Which to me
Let
tells,
the people know.
which to me tells me
Dude.
there was no actual decision, and he was trying to figure out a clever way to say there was no decision.
I just think that the
And
analogy
we
that I
didn't do
made a
shit.
few weeks ago on this very show just looks even better in hindsight.
What is that?
What was the?
I was comparing the Crimson Blur to, one of the candidates in this past United States of America presidential election.
Yeah.
Was discussing the differences between Blur's approach and perhaps like a Tafokin's. Someone who might not be populist, might not appeal to every single thing that the people want to hear, especially a certain subset of people. But he's got the facts. He's ready. He's got a good plan. He's ready to go. Somebody, on the other hand, maybe has a better presentation and perhaps a slightly
More
inflated
experience. No, less
perception of
experience.
self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone who comes in and says, you know what? I know how to solve this problem. I will fix everything for you guys.
I've got
I
the
am the
best
hero. I've
blank.
got amazing ideas.
Yep.
I've got perhaps an amazing Marth.
Best Marth.
Best Marth.
Best Marth you've ever seen.
Best.
No
Nobody
one's
is a
got a
better
bet-
Marth. So yeah, so that's what happened.
Cool. TO Summit, it's done. Great. I'm super happy about that. Why was I not in the stream? I have no idea, man. I don't know. I actually posted on Reddit. I said, I'm down. Call me in if you need backup. But they went ahead without me, which is fine. Just the founder, no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah, what have you ever done?
Well, yeah. What do you need me on the podcast
You're like
for? to
you're like
discuss
the
anything?
Justin Kahn to their Twitch. You're on.
Thanks
old
for all
school.
your hard work.
Yeah,
Goes that
we'll
way.
see you later.
We'll just
Time's
kinda-
right for the Crimson Blur to take over.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean,
I was in the room, so my hotel room featured BenSW, Lovage, and Hacks Money. So that was a pretty incredible room.
was a great
And
room.
I think it was me, Hacks, and Atrioc for some reason. No, me, Hacks, and Lovage, and we were just talking about. Hacks was explaining to us in detail, like controllers, how controllers work.
'Kay.
Which, by the way, he is definitely employable. He knows so much about control. He was drawing diagrams for us and shit. He was like writing out values. Like you would think that he studied it, but I'm pretty sure that if he only like applied into the field of like controller design, he could actually get a job because of how much he knows. But I'm not sure if he knows that.
Right. Okay. I've seen him write twitlongers about his like medical conditions,
Dude.
and he uses terminology that
Yes, he knows some shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, he was explaining to Oscar and I what the deal is with like dashback, why it's kind of messed up. What else does he want to fix? I know that he's very passionate about dashback, shield drops, and the perfect wave dash angle.
Yep.
Which I think he's convinced me
1.0s.
that if you 1.0 dash, which is honestly it's just stupid. It's just controller based.
Yeah.
Do you know about 1.0
I do
dash?
know about it. Yeah.
You all might not know everything there is to know about it, but Hacks probably will make an actual video that explains it well.
Yes, yeah. His videos are great at 2x speed.
I gotta start watching it.
I actually only watch things at 1.5.
Yeah, it's usually 1.5.
Yeah, 2 is
but
really fast.
the MIM thing was so slow
Right.
that I
right.
had to watch it at 2.5 or
Yeah.
two speed.
Yeah. But the point was
Turns out
that
TOs are super boring people.
sometimes you need somebody to lighten it up.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Make it more relatable. But anyway, the point was that we realized that in this TO Summit, no one knows anything about controllers.
Yeah.
So that probably wasn't a good idea.
To just have no one who knows what they're talking. Is this kind of like when they have like a bunch of politicians in a room and they're like talking about climate change and like none of the people in the room know anything about climate change?
Yeah, it's like
might
whenever
be.
What
Whoa.
was that?
The blur was the blur actually
Ghost of Blur. Like, whoa.
Ben, are you feeling all right?
I'm feeling kind of weird.
What's going on?
I don't know. Spencer, please.
What the fuck is going on?
Is
Spencer,
anything-
what did you do?
Is anything being said in your mind? Like, do you feel like you're getting messages from the ether?
Ban the box. Ban it.
Ban the. Are you saying ban the box? Is this you, Ben?
Whoa. We gotta ban the box.
What? Do you have a
Please,
personal
please.
vendetta or something? Or are you back?
I think I'm back. I don't know what just happened.
What happened at BenSW? Yeah, Spencer, what actually happened?
Shit.
I'm so confused.
What actually? Did you do that on purpose? Or? Spencer's messing around with Photoshop and shit. Who knows what's going on? I actually think that it may have been a spirit from the beyond, though, because you realize you just said ban the box on the microphone.
I said that?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
I said those words.
You were making weird gestures, as though you were poorly trying to act, as though you were possessed.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not something you
Don't
do normally.
I just had I just like blacked out for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like the yoga I did earlier, but
Yeah.
Right. Did you do yoga earlier?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I don't think that they know anything about the controller, so they can't really make good decisions about the issues because they need to know the underlying facts to make
Right.
good decisions.
The science. The nitty gritty.
Dude,
But do they
Dashback-
really care, to be honest?
I have no idea.
They don't care.
I have no idea. There's controller level mods and there's game level mods. See, that's the thing. I don't
Controller
really like
mods
the game
okay,
level mods.
game level mods bad. That's
But
how,
at the
that's
same
how I
time,
feel.
if you actually look into like the polling stuff, you know about polling
I
errors?
know about polling.
I think is it we call it an error? It's the polling rate.
It's not
and
a
there's
polling
like a
error.
it's
It's
not an
just
error.
there's a mechanic that does some things.
My understanding, I wasn't there for the conversation. To give a recap to the viewers, but my understanding is that when you're dashing one way and you want to dash back, you get a dash back if you're fully on the right-hand side.
Yep.
But pulling happens at every interval, right?
Yep.
So when that pulling happens,
Every
if you're
60th of a second.
if you're moving
in the tilt
between,
zone.
you'll do a turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to install the dween to fix the tween.
I got one in each
That's
finger.
right.
See what I
Well,
install
okay.
the dween to fix the tween.
The actual fact is that I played on something downstairs, a controller that sucked so bad at dashback. Like
But
it's
you
definitely
dweened it.
controller. It's controller based. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
If you want to hit
There's
up, if you want to hit
two
up Spencer
in a
on
natural
Facebook Messenger,
in a
he
natural
can call in if he
GameCube
wants.
controller. There are two ways that dashback essentially gets fixed. One is there is what is called PODE or potentiometer degradation, which is
Yeah.
a specific little bug. It's actually it's a bug, but it's good to have, where it TLDR it makes you hit dashbacks. And older controllers tend to have this more. Silver controllers have it a lot, which is why oftentimes like the silver and the black controllers feel really good to play with.
Yeah.
And the other way is just, the more you wear out a controller, physically speaking, the more you wear out the spring, if it's not as stiff, you can slam it, slam the controller
Slam
back
it.
faster. Because you need to get the stick from the
You gotta
middle
move it through
to
that
the
zone.
side, and you got to do it fast. Because if the game pulls for a frame in between the zone, and it thinks you're just tilting your stick a little bit,
Yeah.
then you're gonna turn around real slow, and you lose like 2 to 5 frames based on your character.
Yeah, it's a lot of frames, and the thing that we realized, we tested jumps in those. So if you're in the tilt turn animation and you jump facing the way before you turn.
Yeah.
So what I realized was the SCAR. Remember we talked about the SCAR? I never knew this technology behind it, but what I would say was I was so good at hitting somebody and turning the other way and instantly comboing. But I didn't know what I was really talking about was smash turns.
yeah.
I also didn't know that it was just because I had a good controller. I had a good turnaround controller on both sides for sure. And when I switched controllers, I sucked. I did not realize at the time that it could be controller dependent.
Right.
I had no clue.
It doesn't seem like something that would be controller dependent.
No, it doesn't.
Because dashing forwards, they don't do this.
No.
They don't have a rule where you have to get the stick from here to here.
No.
In less than, It's a weird rule.
It's nuts.
It's nuts.
Anyway.
I tend to agree. I think controller side... Because the thing, Ben...
too much.
I was actually anti-dween, but the thing Ben told me that made me realize that maybe dweens are okay is, like, anything you could do with a dween, you could... With soldering and the right knowledge of electrical engineering, you could put that shit inside your controller and no one would ever know anyway.
no one would know.
The way that
So it's like-
I
I'm trying
brought
to
it out
tween
when,
it up, dude.
when the
Just
argument
tween it
first
up.
came
Because it's
out,
unenforceable.
yeah.
the way that I brought it up
Yeah.
when the argument first came out was
Yeah.
like, imagine that the crappy Mad Catz controllers that you found in GameStop in 2003 just had perfect angles, perfect ledge dash, or perfect wave dash, perfect turn. Sorry, dash back.
Yeah.
Like, what if they just were the perfect controllers? Would we ban them? No, of
No.
course not.
No.
No.
We would never.
No!
Of course
And so,
not.
like, why are we banning the box?
I don't know.
Those controllers, if the box had been around in 2003, would we ban it?
Well,
No.
so the counter argument is that because the box is constructed and programmed in a certain way, it opens up a precedent. It sets a precedent for people to make more outrageous mods in the future. Such as the one people always talk about is, what if someone programmed a macro button? What if I had a button that did a multi-shine input? You know, I'm
That's
just sitting
bullshit.
there, boop, 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 right? That'd be bullshit.
I mean, that's why I'm in favor of the Evo rule set.
What's the Evo rule set?
Rule set is an input on frame 1 can't affect an input on another frame. Right?
That's a rule that exists.
Yeah,
in
that's
fighting
how.
games? That's genius. That is a clear defining line
Super
that is
clear.
non-arbitrary.
Well, yeah, we definitely need Blur.
Do any of the TOs know this is even a thing? Blur doesn't
Blur
understand,
understands everything, Toph. Have you not heard him talk about this?
I'm sorry.
Blur gets it. If there's one person who can save everything, it is Blur. Unfortunately,
Mute City Customs and Freak, who was on our show the one time because he bought the slot,
What's up,
and he
homie?
knows a lot about controllers. He said exactly "thank you" in caps.
to the Blur knowing everything, that's what he was replying to.
Yeah, that's
He was replying to
that's
the
what-
Blur
yep.
needs to be on the stream.
all the time.
Of course he was.
An LRA start button would be, by the Evo rules, an okay button to have.
Do you think if you hit it all on one frame, though? I don't think it would work.
It probably wouldn't work.
You
have to hit
gotta
start
double
first.
tap it.
Yeah.
Double tap
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Anyway, what do the people want to hear? Today, it is 1 week from Evo.
1 week after.
1 week after Evo. Plup just won a tournament, which I did not watch.
Yeah, I tuned into the stream and I literally watched the last game of Grad Finals, which is a great game to watch because it kind of tells you everything you need to know.
Who was there?
Thanks, Lev.
Who was at the tournament?
He beat Mewtwo King and then he beat Hungry Bucks twice.
Craig Asm. What did Levin say?
Best Fat was also there.
Honestly,
said
that
what
doesn't
what
cover
doesn't
it
what doesn't
properly.
cover
I don't
properly?
know.
Blur knowing everything doesn't cover everything.
Input on one frame. I
Wait,
don't
who
know.
said what?
Levin said something.
Levin said that if you
Oh,
do
it's
the one,
Levin.
if you do the one frame rule, it doesn't cover everything.
Leffen watches our show?
Having no, he probably heard about it from a tweet and came in to
Having
talk
an
about it.
analog button can give 2 inputs with 1 push.
Yeah, that right. So that's a good
That's
point.
the-
So
that's the-
there's like Smash DI that you can do on a box that cannot be done with an analog stick.
Ah,
so you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
hit
yeah.
forward and backwards at the same time. So yes,
Yeah.
Leffen is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct about
that
like normal GameCube
Blur
controllers
needs to
can't do
be
that.
here for us to make any progress.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's what Leffen said.
The whole chat I think
Leffen,
is
you
united.
have turbo colors and you chose brown?
Yeah, that's a
It's a weird decision.
interesting choice.
But anyway, it's actually been so long that we could talk because we could talk about Evo. Me and Ben could also talk about our Euro trip.
Yeah. Which is the reason why the show hasn't shown up.
Do you know what the people
Kinda,
want to
yeah.
know? They want to hear stories. They want to hear behind the scenes humanization of people. I know that you guys spent time with Leffen. Is there something that they don't know about Leffen? Is there something that enhances a character trait that they do know about Leffen?
Yeah, we could
Yeah,
spend
there's
a little time talking about the boys.
The boys.
I, at some point, I'm going to talk about Captain Falcon and how I've revolutionized.
Ooh, Joe.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
Hey,
Oh,
Spencer!
no.
Spencer!
No signal. Help.
You're going to switch to the game? Switch to the game, Cam, dude. At least let them look
We
at
need
Falco.
Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear.
Okay.
Joe!
Oh, Blur! What's up, dude? Good to see you. Well,
Oh my
hey
God, Blur
guys,
did come in.
I just thought I'd show up.
Why are you guys talking to me
set
about
in my
this?
hands. I got the new rules set. It's right here.
You know, I really don't think that you're fair in the way that you guys discuss me.
Is that your Blur voice?
No, I actually can't even think about how Blur talks right now. Wait, how does Blur talk?
They can't hear you. Apparently, they
can
can't
hear.
Sound. Okay.
Of course I can hear.
Where's Blur?
That's a troll. Wait, what does Blur sound like?
I don't know what he sounds like. Oh my
Okay,
God.
Bobby. He says Bobby really
He
weird.
does not
Bobby.
sound like a fucking British person. That is a weird. Okay, Bobby.
Oh, you know,
Oh, blimey,
your
we went to
impression of
Britain.
me is bullshit.
We went.
Our tweeters are
like
allowed
Let's
in
go,
my
Ben.
tournaments.
Let's fight, dude.
It's like half Dewan, half. Bye, see ya, Ben. We went to London for a day.
And we
And
saw.
by see ya, I mean see ya, Blur.
Is there any reason why the audio would be muted, Spencer? No, right?
I think they're trolling.
All right, we're good.
Well,
hey guys,
you grab me out of that. Okay.
I can grab you whatever I want.
Are we going to continue the
Playing March.
discussion?
are you an Ardu? I ain't never gonna lose to Skull
I ain't
ever
never.
again.
I want to beat your Falco real quick.
Oh, that was the
Okay,
worst
you're
side
cool.
B. Yeah,
You're cool. You won.
So, I
Congrats.
mean,
you actually lost when you did that side B, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
We definitely need to get Left on the show at some point, by the way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, we went to Europe for. I was there for 2 weeks. You were there for about a week
For a
and
week.
a half.
Did you go to Norway?
Yeah,
So
that's why
we
I
went
got
to
the picture.
Sweden. Went to Stockholm, Sweden, for about a week, and in the middle of that, we went to London to see, ironically, our favorite rapper from Stockholm, Sweden, Young Lean, in concert, and we went to DreamHack that weekend.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun.
DreamHack Summer, yeah. It was
DreamHack
great.
Summer, which is in
Yeonjuping, but joking pig.
Joking pig. Yeah, I don't know. What do we like? Do we just jump right into talking about Leffen?
Want to know, Leffen, what do you want to hear? Given that Toph and Ben were your crew for like a week,
we can tell the story
what
about
stories do you want us to tell, or do you want to ask a question to me, to
Yeah.
BenSW? Do you want to get deeper into the mind of a real legend, a unique individual?
I'm single tonight. Tell all your friends.
Ben kept repeating that line. That's a line from a Young Lean song.
We could tell a story about where we tried to get food.
Oh God, yeah.
That was a
that was exciting.
harrowing tale.
We could also talk about we could talk about the night in London when we were out with the
Yabasta.
fucking
Who's
the two sad
Yabasta?
boys.
Yeah, Yabasta. We should introduce Yabasta.
We could talk about Yabasta.
That sounds too scary.
Yabasta. Well, Yabasta is. I feel like the best way to summarize him is he's the Dunk of Sweden.
But he's different. I don't.
He's different. Yeah, but like Mango is to Dunk as
Leffen is
to
to
Yabasta. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a dapper, stylish young lad who lives in
Uppsala.
Right? He's the king
Always
of Uppsala.
down.
He was
always
on Leffen's
down.
stream earlier today.
Okay. Yeah. Always down. He's definitely always down. Plays Marth. Plays Black Marth, which I now refer to as the
interesting.
Yabasta Marth because I think it's
Interesting.
way
I
cooler
like
than
it,
the Meat King
Yabasta
Marth. But he's got like that same like ride or die sense of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ride or
exactly.
fucking die.
But, I mean, I feel like a lot of the viewers haven't met Dunk. For the people who don't know Dunk, the best way I can describe Dunk is when you invited him to your bachelor party. Do you want to tell that story?
Well, Dunk was prominently featured on the very first Mango and Pals episode.
Oh, okay.
Where we discussed the bachelor party at length. But
I'm down.
I forget who bailed at the last minute. I think it may have been my brother. I wanted a bachelor party with an even number of individuals because I wanted to play, for example, team football. Need an even number of people. Or team melee or something like that. I wanted teams, and I had 7 people, and I was freaking out about it. And I was thinking to myself, I only have a couple bullets here. It's like 2 or 3 days till the bachelor party. I need to find someone who will just go to the bachelor party. And I couldn't think of anyone. I actually hit up a couple of my homies from work, from past jobs. And Sophie came out of nowhere and was like, hey, what about Dunskies? And I was like, Sophie, that's the fucking best idea I've literally ever heard. Are you kidding me? Like, I need to call him instantly. And I called my boy. Did the camera freeze?
No.
Are we past it?
Oh, shit. Ooh.
I'm going to wait till the freeze is over.
It's zoomed. Okay, we're good.
Very strange
The Wet
zoom.
n Wild Adventures, yeah. Why does zooming fix it? It froze again.
Unfreeze when it
decides to.
justifies.
Yeah.
Anyway, Frozen Scar says this. I called Dunskies. I said, hey, man, do you want to go to a bachelor party? It's like 3 days. We're up in the, where is it?
Tahoe.
Oh.
He was like, yeah, man, that sounds really cool. What are the dates? And I'm like, man, so it's going to be, we're heading up on Thursday night. We're going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, you'll be back Sunday night. He's like, yeah, I have class on Friday, but I think I could skip it. And I was all right, man. If you're sure, that sounds good. He was like, yeah, and I think I have work on Saturday, but yeah, I think I can get somebody to cover for me. It's no big deal. I was like, all right, Dunk. So long as you're sure. Yeah, I think I'll be there. So Dunk shows up
Dressed
right
in
on
his
time,
suit from
dressed
work.
to the nines. He was nuts.
So you could count on Yabasta, I think, to do that. Or
You
at
can
least
count on Dunk for
I have that
anything.
sensibility. Right. So Yabasta is the Swedish version of that. Shit, I don't know, man. I just feel like we went to, because basically it started, me and Ben wanted to play some Smash Bros. Because we're going to DreamHack, and we'd kind of just been partying and not playing any Smash. We're like, well, we should play some Smash before we go to DreamHack. So we go to Leffen's place, which is actually really funny because I had this mental image in my head of him having, because he's actually, Leffen is a really nice kitchen if you watch his stream. It's like this really cool looking kitchen, and it looks like the kind of kitchen that, just something about it from his stream, it looks like the kind of kitchen where he has a really big house.
Okay.
And you go in and you realize the kitchen is the biggest room in his house.
Yeah.
It's just the kitchen
by a
and the
pretty
stream
big
setup,
margin.
and that's like
Yeah,
the whole-
right, yeah. And it was like, oh, okay, well, shit, whatever. But no, we go over, play a bunch of Smash, and then we go to frickin'...
Well, we try to get food in Stockholm at,
Yeah.
it was like 10 o'clock. It was a pretty reasonable hour.
I think it was like 11. It was 11, yeah. It was 11.
And we walk outside, and Leffen's like, I know a place. Let's walk this
There's
way.
there's a living room too, yeah. That's correct.
And we start walking. And we walk for what seems like an eternity. They know that there's a 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens, they're open all the time.
You think?
We get to the 7-Eleven, and it looks closed.
Super close.
Super close. 7-Eleven's hours in Sweden is from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Right, we got in there like 11:15 or something.
They're literal about 7-Eleven.
Yeah, they're not taking
Dude,
that shit.
It's different, not in America.
Yeah, no.
The McDonald's in Sweden is next gen. It's like a nice restaurant.
I like McDonald's in Sweden. Yeah, ish. So we end up like walking all over like Leffen's like part of Stockholm, and we're like, you know what, we gotta actually.
I'm starving.
I'm so starving. Hungry. We haven't eaten in so long. Because we've been like, me and Ben have been on our feet like doing touristy stuff all day, so we also just like have been, we've been burning energy.
Yes.
So we're like, we actually need to Uber to food, and I don't remember whose idea it was. It actually might have been my idea because I remember being obsessed about Max Burger. Have you had Max Burger?
I've never had Max Burger.
It is the Swedish
Did
burger chain.
Ludwig Anders just ask about
Max
at the exact same moment that you asked?
There we go. Leffen does fuck with Max's, or at least he and we did that night when we took the Uber to the nearest Max Burger like 10 minutes away. And we walked it. Dude, this Max Burger was lit.
It was lit.
It was lit. It's like when you go to the In-N-Out and like nothing around there is open, but you walk in the In-N-Out and there's like 30 teenagers in there.
Dude, In-N-Out at night is popping. Oh my God.
Oh man, and the ordering menu is so sick. It's like they got the futuristic touchscreen where you order. And it's super cool, and there's a button where you can translate stuff to English, but when you push the button, it only translates like a third of the things into English.
So, I was ordering, and so I was asking Leffen like what all the things were, and he was explaining to me. So I got like a burger and fries, and it asks you if you want a drink. So I was like, okay, I'll get a drink. I'll hit the upgrade button because I wanted to get a shake. And so there were like a bunch of different shake flavors, and I was like, hey, Leffen, which of these shake flavors are good? I'm thinking about getting the banana caramel. He's like, no, you cannot get the banana caramel. Do not get that. I was like, whoa, that's like a very strong response. Like, have you had it before? He's like, no, I've never had it. It's like, well, why don't you want me to get the banana caramel shake?
Special.
It's like a special
extra good
for the season, the summer season, banana caramel summer special. He's like, if it were good enough, it would be on the regular menu.
I agree with that logic.
So
I actually like that
yeah,
logic.
that's like Bobby Scar logic.
I dig it.
I
like the number one.
We order way too much food. They got like all kinds of different sides. And something in my like, the same sort of late teenage, college age sense of like showing up to the fast food joint way after hours. I got like one of each side. And
Leffen tried to stop us.
Yeah, he actually did.
Whoa.
It's like a machine. You just hit the buttons. Hit all of the buttons. It's like going to McDonald's and spending $25. We legit spent $25 a person.
We spent $25 a Max Burger.
Yeah.
The best, I feel like, not the best, but the most important thing we learned that night is we learned about the smiet.
Tell me more.
The smiet. Well, because me and Ben have been bouncing around Swedish. We didn't learn very much Swedish, but we learned that smiet means batter.
Batter.
Okay.
Swedish.
And the smiet is like the, when your boy is in like some drama or some gossip, and there's a little bit of maybe there's a little bit of discourse on the Twitter timeline, maybe so and so has been talking behind the back about so and so, or maybe so and so is there's relationship drama involved.
Sometimes we call it beef or beef stew.
No, beef is different.
Different.
Beef is me and you have beef, but the smiet,
is it just drama?
No, the smiet is like something. Usually, often there's relationship.
He's all tangled up or some shit, like tangled up.
He's all tangled up. Yeah, your boy.
He's jammed up. I call it jammed up.
Jammed up.
He's jammed up.
But jammed up.
My boy's jammed
I know
up.
jammed up because you've used jammed up on me. Jammed up is when your mind isn't in the right place.
Yeah, you're jammed up.
But the smiet is that person doesn't even know they're in the smiet sometimes.
I don't think I've ever met anybody in the smiet.
So sometimes Ben a little bit, right? Sometimes you're in the smiet a little bit.
I'm a little, I've been there.
Does that help you kind of piece together the image of the...
I can't recall Ben ever being tangled up in any sort of relationship or any sort of interpersonal drama from this man. He keeps his nose clean. If I know one thing about BenSW, he goes to the tournament, he cheers for his boys in a very respectful
Gets
way.
out of there.
Gets
over to a reasonable
just
size.
keeps things clean. So I'm surprised to hear that you've been in the smiet.
And I to this day do not know how you spell that word. I don't want to know. I just want to have this imagination.
Just don't let.
It's not 3 E's.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
3 E's.
three
That's
freaking
definitely a
E's.
joke. Anyway, we can. So you found out about it.
We learned about this. I just
And it was
really
important
like that
because it
word.
was a word that gave you.
It's like
a way to
word
talk
for
about-
exactly. It's a word for something that like. Look, the next time there is a Smeat, I'll tell you, and
Yeah.
you'll be like,
That's
It's
the
just a
Smeat.
word
No,
that
I
I
actually-
didn't have. You know what I'm?
I could see it being useful.
Yeah.
I actually recently said we should have a word for if something is just better, like you have a new innovation,
Okay.
but the old school heads don't like it because they didn't have it when they were coming up. What is that called?
The opposite of curmudgeonry.
Probably. It's like if the Arduinos, for example, made everyone's life easier, but then these idiots are blocking it because they feel entitled because I already worked through it and all the new people should actually just live with a worse existence, even though we have better technology.
But you're saying,
We need a word for that.
Yeah. It doesn't that word just go against all? That's a very anti-Scar concept, though. I feel like.
Yeah,
right?
but then I could use it to describe how I feel. Sometimes.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
Not all the time.
Right.
Did you and Leffen get along?
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like BenSW. How long did it take? Like, how did that happen?
Look.
You both have strong
I'll be the
personalities.
first one
That's
to
all
say
I'm saying.
I hated Leffen. I thought.
Have you told him this? Because he is
No,
in the chat.
he's in the chat. I hated him.
Are you
for the
just say this
longest
directly
time.
to Leffen? Look into the
before
camera. and
I
just,
ever met
just
Leffen,
speak directly to Leffen.
Before I ever met you, I hated you. I hated your every fiber of your being. I think a lot of it had to do
Make
with
it
being
real
like,
for him.
like a
Tell
mega
him
fan.
why.
It's because
Leffen said not like this. Oh.
this kid, this little punk, swimming in the kiddie pool,
That's right.
and Mango, 6'4" monstrosity, dripping with Vaseline from head to tippy toe,
Right.
down the water.
All right, you're getting off topic a little bit, Ben. Let's reel it in. I really
feel like
want
you're
you to,
literally
I
just
wa-
quoting Dr.
we have
Disrespect
to
at this point.
Talk to my
I don't know.
man
I'd
Leffen.
never met Leffen, and he just seemed like a punk.
You're looking at me.
A punk kid. He just seemed like a punk kid. The way he acted
He's
on the
right
internet.
there.
You know, evidence.zip, all of that. It just seemed like, yeah, you know, you're just a punk.
But
But then
sorry, that was really
he
loud.
let me into his house. I got to meet him. The most surprising thing to me about Leffen, the thing that I guess I didn't personally understand until I met him, is he's like one of the most mature people, not just in the Smash community, but that I've met, like, all time.
Tell me more about that because I feel surprised even hearing it from you.
Actually, there
Not
was a
that I
moment-
don't feel.
Yeah. There was a moment I really liked when we were talking. We had one night which was the boys stayed up till like 5 a.m. We were talking about
Leffen's
life,
like, what?
talking about girls. He said, what? I liked when I don't want to get into it, you know, because it's not a thing I want to get into, but we were talking about relationships. We were talking about girls and not that any of the guys in this circle ever have any issues with their,
Right.
you know,
Easy as can be relationships.
Right. But hypothetically, I asked one of them, you know, like, hey, man, like, you know, is there, like, do you regret, you know, so-and-so or such and such situation? Yes. And they didn't know how to respond immediately. And then I looked at Leff and I said, how about you? How are you enjoying, because he lives with Jenny. That's her name, right? Karma Kilma? Is her name Jenny?
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure it's Jenny. And he was
She's
like,
not
and
watching, don't worry about
immediately
it.
left and said, it's great. And I was like, see, that's what the answer should look like. It should sound like,
I
yeah,
agree
it's
with
great.
that.
There's no,
I agree with that.
He didn't have to think about it.
That's
and
right.
I was like,
because if it wasn't, why are you doing it?
exactly. There was no, like, you know, and yeah, I really liked that. And anyway.
So, yeah, I mean, that night, to go on with the story, we stayed up till 5 a.m. drinking.
Yes.
Turns out in Sweden, the liquor stores all close at 6 p.m.
Sweden.
And bars close relatively early
God
in Joking
damn
Pig.
Oh,
and
God.
You can't buy alcohol. So
At
we
all.
were, yeah, we were pretty drunk. We got pretty lit at the bar. But then we, was it you? Somebody was like looking out the window because the sun had started rising. And then, was it you or was it Yabasta? Somebody, I think it was Yabasta. He opened up the window. And I thought it was like one of those hotel windows, right? Where it just opens up a little bit.
Right.
And he just wanted to get some fresh air in.
Yes.
And the next thing I know, I hear Yabasta screaming, hey, everybody, come outside. And he's standing on the roof of the next building.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so after this long night of drinking, talking about the Smiet, talking
6
about
a.m.
relationships.
That's not the time when you want to see your boy up on the roof. Is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
I think I went on the roof too.
We all went on the roof.
We all went on
and
the roof.
sat and watched the sunrise.
Yeah, it was sick.
Oh, well, that sounds nice. The way that you set it up, it did not sound
But
nice.
then
It
we
sounded like you
realized-
were down on the street looking up at your boy
I was
on the
I
top
was
of the
scared.
roof.
Well,
I'm
what
a
happened
scaredy
was
cat.
after that we realized that we looked down at our feet and we were standing on this like glass portion of the roof, and it was like actually if we put all our weight on it, like it might. I don't know. I don't know how glass works. You know what I'm saying? So then we're like, this is probably unsafe. We should probably go back inside. And we did.
I don't know.
There's Nick upset at.
Amazing.
Other Swedish things. We had a lot
What
of
a
weird
time. I wish
Swedish
that Mango
alcohol.
was here because then we could compare and contrast visits to Sweden. As you may or may not know, Mango and I spent about a week in Sweden. Leffen at the time was banned from the tournament scene.
Were you
Leffen, I remember sitting inside the Beast venue and looking outside of the Beast venue and seeing you outside of the venue and awkwardly discussing the fact that you were banned.
Did you and Mango get
And
to
like
experience
Mike Hager or Mike, what's the guy's name?
Mike
He's
Hager.
like really strange. He is super strange. And if you're watching Mike Hager, that's literally the nicest thing I can say about you. You're a strange individual. Because he had been talking for years on Smashboards about how Leffen is the worst human being, very different from what BenSW just shared about the maturity of young Leff.
Yeah.
But Mike Hager immediately sees you. He walks outside. He's like getting ready to, chum it up. I was like, what is this guy? He just spent the whole last 10 hours talking about how terrible Leffen is. Now he's going outside to say hello. He had a modded Smash Brothers Melee, disc and setup before modding was a thing, and most of the modifications were just extraordinarily offensive language.
I remember
What?
I remember
Yes.
this because you told me about it in the
It
middle
was
of a Walgreens at
very
this
weird.
volume level. You screamed the word that was
Because I feel so
replaced.
intensely about how strange it is.
What did it? Can you tell me what it said?
No.
Can you tell me that
No.
letter word? Where in the
Esports.
game? Where? When?
right here.
Yeah, it actually was.
On the
it was
character
on the
select
character
screen?
select screen when you were locked in. No, it's actually so terrible. You guys should not know because it is a dark time in our history.
Yeah.
Mike Hager's modded Smash Brothers.
God, not the esports.
2
word.
thumbs down.
I do think the chat's reaction to you saying esports is funny. bitch, ass. That'd be really funny.
So anyway,
if it just said bitch, ass.
No,
that'd be
actually,
funny.
okay, some people in the chat are asking, what did it say? It actually was so horrible that I
Yeah.
literally could not
Yeah.
repeat the words.
Except you did it in the middle of a Walgreens.
It was more than one word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
It was a sentence that
Oh.
that encouraged hateful action against a group of people in this world, okay? And I asked him, Mike Hager, we're playing on your setup. Are you proud of what this says? And he said, yeah. It's a joke. It's funny. And I said, why is that funny? In what universe is that? Well, because in Sweden, this is like it's not a big deal, so you can say that and it's like a joke. What? What are you talking about? What words are you saying to me? And then I felt frustrated and I did not want to play Melee with him anymore. That's how that went down.
Well, maybe and hopefully, and for all intents and purposes, probably maybe he's come around since then. The Beast was a long time ago, right?
Strange.
And just as we've all matured, since that time in our game's history, hopefully he's come to that same
You
realization.
must be talking about Pup. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick Allen. Are you in the office or did you go home? Blur said he was going to be here. He let us down.
We'll get him a Nick Allen show at some point. Talk about how.
Did you guys see his last tweet? I did not see his last tweet, but I would love it. It said, fuck Puff players.
Oh, well, then there we go. No, I that's really funny.
But the highlight of my trip with Mango was we played a lot of beer pong. Been absent for the scene. Heard Leffen, a.k.a. Mr. Face
I did read
McPunchable,
that.
recently got
Ard.
esports
Okay, well then.
by Armada at DreamHack.
There
Little
you
has
fucking
changed.
have it.
Yeah, and Leffen, I don't know if you remember at Beast, he went out and was very cordial to you after.
Also, I remember the DreamHack set. I thought it was a great set.
Yeah,
Wasn't it Game 5?
No.
I don't
What was
remember.
it?
Levin got rolled.
The second set. Wait,
Sorry,
No,
Lev.
in winners, it was a close set. In Grand
that's what I'm
Seat.
saying. Well, I thought it was a competitive tournament. I don't know. I thought my boy
Sometimes
left
you
it
get
at some
rolled.
moments.
People get rolled. It happens. Leffen remembers.
There you go. Game 5 set 1-3
Oh,
OGF.
okay, yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe I just remember the winner set. I thought it was a good set. I thought it was fun.
We played a lot of beer pong.
Yeah.
Mango and I took the cup home for United States of America. Sweden lost on their own land. Although they did drink at a level that was beyond my capabilities.
Really?
People were
Yeah.
doing like upside down keg stand
Armada
stuff.
was
like
boasting at the DreamHack Twitch party about how great him and his brothers are at drinking beer and how terrible you and Mango are at drinking
okay,
beer.
Oh,
they
dude,
were
by the
better
way,
at
Swedish
drinking
beer
beer
awful.
than us. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to, and when I say us, I'm representing mostly that I am not excellent at drinking beer.
No, I believe that. But
That's
that
just a fact. Mango is better than me, so he carried in that aspect and regard. However, there was a competition of fair skill called beer pong, and in some regions of the world, Beirut, and Mango and I were victorious against Armada and his brother, all of the roommates, everyone in that country who stepped up to us failed. So we took home the
Why
real
did you
title.
say Beirut?
because that's what it's called in some locales.
Just trying to be accurate.
The name of the game, beer pong, is called
For
Beirut.
the people who don't know what beer pong is, now they know because I gave another word.
That gets into another story from Sweden.
Do you want to get another beer for the boys?
I mean, I don't want to drink, but
Do you want to get it for us?
let me tell
Nick,
the story.
Nick, $10 for you if you get us beer.
But gets into another great
I
story
was just
from
going to talk
DreamHack.
about
Do you want my
frickin'
badge, Spence?
System
Papa Spence?
Bulliget.
Do you want to do it? Are you having fun updating the lower third?
Nick said he'll get the beers.
I was going to talk about. Oh my
I like
God,
dark
Nick,
beer.
I'll have one of these Sam Adams Summer Ale.
It's not in frame.
If there's no dark beer, then I'll just
there.
have whatever you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on
I'm
the
also
ninth
down to
floor,
talk about the
on the
Twitch
right
party,
side.
where I just have to clear up some misconceptions that I feel like.
About the Twitch party? I'll tell the story because you told my fake story. I'll tell.
Go ahead. And then
We're at the Twitch party.
It's a fake Twitch story.
No, well, this one's real.
This one's real, but I feel like there's some missing context here.
I was at the Twitch party, and DreamHack was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and the Twitch party was Monday, but Smash ended Sunday. So all of the Smash players had left. And we go to the Twitch party, and there's basically no Smashers there. We get one or two drinks, we get some food, and we go inside to the dance floor. And sitting next to the bar, the dance floor, nobody's dancing. 0 dancers. There's Armada, and he's just drinking.
Hype.
Just Armada.
I
Just
love it
Armada.
so
and
far.
Leva. Armada and Leva, the only Smashers.
The only
there.
Smashers. And so we start talking. Armada tells me that you guys suck at drinking.
Yeah.
And Toph's like, yo, can you grab me a beer from the bar? I was about to get a drink.
And I specifically said,
He
can
said
you get me I think
Sierra
it was either
Nevada
a Corona-
Pale Ale.
Sierra Nevada.
which I found ironic because we were in Sweden and we were drinking beer from NorCal.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah. Very funny.
so I go to the bar, I get my Jack and Coke, whatever, and I ask, can I get a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale? Bartender looks at me, says yes, comes back, gives me a Jack and Coke, and pops down not a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's some random Mexican beer.
It was not Mexican.
San Miguel. It was San Miguel. I think it's
Maybe
from
it
the
was called
Philippines.
San Miguel. Okay. It was from some location that did not make good beer.
And so I give the beer down to Toph. I put my Jack and Coke on the table, and Armada says, Toph's drinking it super gingerly, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just sipping it.
Yeah.
You know
Armada's
why I
like,
was drinking it gingerly? Because it tasted like fucking bilge water.
and Armada's like, no, you got to chug that beer. What are you? Do you call yourself a real
Yeah,
American?
yeah,
like you got to
Real juvenile, right? Real
Real
fucking
beer.
Real
collegiate.
cool.
And so
Armada.
Toph starts drinking it,
You
and
think you're
Armada
good because you won
tourney
Evo.
winner.
Armada tips the glass. So Toph's
Oh
chugging
my
that,
God.
and he finishes it.
Yeah.
And then
You
he
showed him.
He
right?
said,
I did
He
show
said
him.
step up, and you said, "Okay, motherfucker."
Thank you, Bobby.
Let me
Thank
see.
you.
Let me show you what we're
Thank
about.
you.
You know, I was trying to enjoy the beer at my own pace, the way that I enjoy things. You're gonna step on what I'm trying to do. You're gonna impose things on me. But guess what? I'm game. Thanks, Armada.
Toph-
You've just proven my point.
Yeah.
Continue.
Sorry. Toph slams the glass down on the table. He wipes his mouth, and he walks off.
That's so hype.
And
That's
so-
actually so fucking hype.
So
Oh, that's
Armada
so
and I
sick.
start talking. We keep talking. We keep drinking. And it's been a while. We get another drink. It's been a little bit. And we're like, where's Toph? I was like, I don't know. My phone doesn't
Oh, you didn't even see me.
My
That
phone-
was the best part.
My phone doesn't work. Hold on. My phone doesn't work, so
Oh.
I'm confused. And at some point, Armada's like, okay, let's leave this loud music. Let's go outside. And we attempt to go outside, and the entrance of the venue is blocked off. There are people there's like a square patch right by the entrance where people are like, no, you can't come here.
Uh-huh.
And I look down and it's like, oh, somebody got owned. And I was like, yeah, somebody got fucked up.
Someone got fucked up, dude.
So we go outside, my internet on my phone starts working, and I get a message from Toph that says, hey, I just got kicked out of the Twitch party.
Yeah.
And then the pieces get put together, and I realize that those two events were connected.
Okay, and then so let me add context now because I definitely threw the fuck up all over the because it's the venue first of all was half indoors and half outdoors, which actually is a sick venue. It was like half was like on like the water, like on a bay. And so I threw up trying to basically make it outside. And Armada drops
you
this
got
tweet.
10 feet. You didn't even get 10 feet.
I did not. Yeah, no, I did not. Armada drops this tweet that implies that I got done in by the alcohol level of 1 beer. First of all, Swedish beer's fucking weak because the rules in Sweden are such that you cannot sell beer stronger. What is it? It's like 3%?
3.5%.
3.5%.
Except in liquor stores,
So-
which your beer was 5%. But, you know.
I had well, me and you had both had like 8 mixed drinks up till this point. This was not my first drink.
Like,
it was
I threw
just
a cup of water. You had 8 mixed drinks.
Yeah, no, we had the drink tickets we got when he came in. I used all mine, and then I went back for more, and I used all those. And then you got me a beer. And I was actually at a very comfortable alcohol level. It wasn't the alcohol that did me in. The taste of this fucking rancid concoction from Sweden was so miserable that in drinking it, it was like, have you ever had that gut reaction as a kid drinking medicine that was just bitter or awful? I was drinking this shit, and I was like, this is the most miserable I've ever been drinking any beverage in my life. And it hit my stomach in such a way that my stomach was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't care about the alcohol, but this is not beer. You need to throw this shit up right now. And
ouch.
Oh, my God, dude.
And so you did...
So I'm saying it wasn't the alcohol. When you make fun of someone for throwing up, it's because they couldn't handle their alcohol. It wasn't the alcohol. It's just beer that tasted like shit. It's different.
You know, whatever story you want to tell, Toph, it's your life. It's your show, honestly.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, I believe that it's different. I just think that the optics... Some people talk about optics. It means what it looks like. Maybe not what it is necessarily, but
not a great look.
What
Not a great
it looks
look.
like.
I
And
don't
so
want to drink,
what
but
you're
I'll
telling
hold
me,
Not a great look.
you won the battle, but you lost the
But I
war.
lost the war.
This is your...
Fat
but I
Tire
lost
would be
the war.
amazing. This is actually my favorite beer,
Thank you.
Belgian style ale. I don't
I
actually
don't want
like
this.
all amber ales for some reason, but Fat Tire I think is
I don't
phenomenal.
want
Just
that.
hits the
For you.
spot.
Do you have a...
Yeah, I do. By the way, analogous story was when me and Ben were at the other bar before DreamHack with the boys.
Nick Allen.
Oh, there you go. I'll open mine. I just liked when it was me, you, Yabast, and Leffen at the bar when they were showing Dr. Disrespect on the screen. And we were like, hey, what are we
have an
going to
extra
drink?
headset, by the way, Nick, if you're trying to... We have an extra headset.
Are you trying to hop on? Okay. We were at the bar, the four of us, before the tournament.
To you guys. Cheers.
To you. And we're like, all right, what are we gonna have for our first drink? Should we get beers? Should we get shots? What are we gonna do? And Yabasta says, no, we gotta get a boys' drink. And he looks at Leffen, and Leffen and Yabasta are like, yeah, we gotta get a boys' drink. And we're like, what is a boys' drink?
My mind is going quick. I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like a shot of Jaeger. It's like
Right,
Jaeger bombs,
right,
like
Jaeger
sake
bombs,
bomb.
you know.
I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be like.
And Yabasta slams his fist on the table and he goes, can we get 4 amaretto sours?
Oh my God!
Fuck yeah!
Fuck it, boys.
You know, it's for the boys,
drink.
dude.
For the boys.
I'm actually hype about Amaretto Sour. By the way. That sounds hella good.
It was great. It sounded
really
great.
great.
It tasted great. It was a boys' drink, dude. And then the only other boys' drink
That's
we got.
Yabasta?
That's
Yeah,
Yabasta.
I'm an instant fan.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a fan of Yabasta. I've never heard of this man before now, but I've heard 2 stories, and I'm a fan.
And then all I know is the second boys' drink we got, we went back to the bar. We're like, we gotta get another boys' drink. And we got fucking, they ordered 4 White Russians.
White Russians.
Turns out all the boys' drinks are just very tasty, like ladies' drinks. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
Leffen also bringing up that Yabasta confidently ordering 4 Amaretto Sours and saying, hey, Leffen, can you spot the bill for me? You got this one?
The boys.
Yeah, this is
You
the
got this
boys.
one, homie? That's the Mewtwo King. My dad would never let Yabasta hear the end of it.
Yeah.
He still tells a story of, okay, so one time we just had a family party. It was maybe a birthday, maybe my birthday, my brother's birthday.
Yeah.
And everybody comes over. So I actually can't wait to do this, by the way. We were thinking, so my son, Donato, is going to be 1 around Halloween. And I'm thinking, like, We're talking about how he has bedtime. He goes to bed at around 6, 7 p.m.
Okay.
And so if we have a party, we want people to come over. We want to have a good time. But guess what? You got to get out by 6 or 7 because this fool's got to go to sleep. I am not having him stay up.
Right.
And I was just thinking about my dad and how he used to kick people out after a party. He used to, as loudly as possible, the time when he's ready for people to go comes up. Usually it's like you're at a party, everybody's at the house, and, people trickle out, no big deal. This is like a social thing, and sometimes people stick around, right? My dad, the host of the party, when he feels that the party's over, he would walk into the living room and start singing, "We hate to see you go." He would just sing the song, "We hate to see you go." "What the heck are you waiting for? We hate to see you go." It's like everybody out of the fucking house. We're closing the doors.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking about maybe I'll sing that song to kick people out at 6 o'clock.
Do you have it in you?
No, I don't think so.
I think if you look at yourself in the mirror and you psych yourself up.
I can't sing that many verses. If it was 2 verses, I could sing it, but it's like 3 verses. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. People came over. My cousin brought like this big case of beer. We're like, "Oh yeah, man, thank you for bringing the beer to the party." Blah blah blah. So we're all together. The party goes on. Blah blah blah. A couple hours later, everybody leaves. We hate to see you go.
Yep.
People are on the way out, and my dad saw from the front door my cousin walking down the driveway with the same case of beer that he brought out with him. Literally the next 12 years is the only thing he brought up. You remember when you brought that beer to my house? You drank my beer and you took your beer home? So you basta. If my dad finds out about that story, you know what he's going to be saying.
That's that's excellent. Ben, where's Ben going?
He's leaving.
He's leaving? Is he going to swap with the Nick?
You want to get on for like 3 minutes?
Usually you say something,
Yeah. Ben's a stealthy guy. Is he just going to the bathroom? I think Ben's just going to the bathroom.
Nick Allen. I feel that you have something to say specifically to this audience.
I have a shiny ass forehead. That's what I gotta say.
That's what I have to say too.
Yeah,
so
you
we got a new guy at Twitch who shows up in the melee room and proceeds to 4-stock Atrioc.
Oh.
His Fox, this new Falco player. Atrioc was talking a big game.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this guy.
Dude, who is this?
I forgot his name. Keith? No, I think I'm screwing it up. But let the record show.
Wow.
Atrioc 4-stocked by the new guy.
By the new guy?
At Twitch.
Wow.
Wow.
Got 4-stocked by the new guy? I might have to meet this new guy.
I need to meet the new guy.
Who's the new
We got to
guy?
have him on the show.
On the show, we might have to have the new guy on the show.
Toph, who is this sitting next to me? Nick Allen.
Do people know Nick Allen? Have we ever had Nick Allen sit on this couch? On the
I think I've sat on the
before?
couch one time.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I am the
For not very long.
official beer delivery boy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm a boy. I'm not a man. Until I can beat Scar and Smash, I'm a boy.
You told me a story today that I felt would be relevant for you to share with this group.
Someone in chat said George Allen.
George Allen, that's me.
That's
The infamous George Allen. Toph, did I tell you this?
yeah.
You heard the story already? I didn't tell it to you?
Maybe not. George Allen. Is
So
that a
I was
joke?
on Twitch. I was in some chat.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was. I think I was watching Dr. Disrespect. And I said something in the chat. And this guy goes and messages
What's your
me
name on Twitch?
It's Nick Allen. It's my real
Just
name.
Nick Allen.
Just straight away. And the guy's like, "Hey, are you the Nick Allen?" I was like, "Holy shit, I got recognized." For those of you who don't know, I used to work at Riot, and I used to be somewhat in the public eye for doing
How many Twitter followers do you have, Nick Allen?
50-something thousand.
Okay, so
It's a
you're
good amount.
very well known in your scene. 50,000, very high
Yeah.
number of Twitter followers.
Yeah. big at Riot Games, you know.
You were the commish.
Commish.
The commissioner.
League
You
of
would come
Legends.
out and you would make rulings for
I would
the
fine
League
people.
of Legends Global Championship
I would
tournaments.
suspend people. Be careful. Be careful, Bobby. And, and so people recognize me from League of Legends. And so this guy's like, "Holy shit, the Nick Allen?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, I haven't been recognized in a long time. This feels good." And the guy says, yeah, they talk about you on the Scar and Toph show. And I was like, oh. I've made it, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
our pleasure. Our pleasure,
Yeah, so
Nate.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
just
no
give me the
worries,
shout
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Showing me a lot of love. Anyway.
To you, Nick.
BenSW's back.
We'll always talk about you, Nick.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're an excellent individual.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I appreciate it. All right, BenSW.
Nick Allen, round of applause for my man. works tirelessly
Yep.
at Twitch.
Don't you live real near that guy?
I do. He's an excellent man.
That's cool.
He really is.
Oh, God. If only find CLG more, maybe he'd be recognized.
Yeah.
My favorite Nick Allen story is when I started at Twitch. I actually started at Twitch the same day as Nick Allen. We had the same start date. He was the first person to say hi to me that morning when I went in the cafeteria to get my orientation and stuff, and that was the week right after Paragon LA. And he said, "Hey, I saw you on the Twitch.tv this weekend," and I didn't really know who Nick was, but I was like, "Whoa." And then I would go on to learn about Nick
remember
Allen.
I was training in Street Fighter 4 when Nick came to the office for the first time, and had a really intense training session with my coach.
Oh, I remember that.
Crack Fiend.
Yep.
And Nick just comes over, everybody's saying hi to Nick Allen. I'm thinking to myself, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, why does everybody know him?
Right.
And I have no idea who he is.
Right.
Never heard of you, Nick. Off to the side. Had no idea who he was. And I was a little bit frustrated about it. And then I found out later
What a legend.
What a
that I was in the presence of a god. If you really think about it.
If you really
Capable
really
of
think
fighting
about it.
George Georgopoulos.
I should have been
$15
thinking to
million.
myself, Nick Allen looking at me saying, who does this guy think he is? You know what I mean? I should have had that respect. But over time, I think, I made up for that.
Yeah.
I learned. I adjusted my behavior.
Because it's about it's about keeping the pecking order the way it should be.
That's right.
Which is why when a Falco comes in 4 stocks 8 track. By the way, that brings me to my second Nick Allen story of when I was at Twitch. Was about a week after I joined. Actually, like real soon after I joined, I went to Tokyo Game Show for about 5 days, and just the day before I left for Japan, we were playing Melee in the Melee room, and Nick Allen said, "You know what? I'm going to learn Ice Climbers. I'm going to learn how to wobble, and it's going to be great. I'm going to beat A Truck real bad." And when I came back to Twitch from Japan, like 6 days later, I came in the Melee room, and as I came in, Nick Allen was wobbling A Truck. And it was like, wow, that to me that actually garnered a lot of respect because sometimes people say they'll do something, they don't do it.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
said,
that's the
I'm going to
follow-through.
wobble A Truck, and I came back from Japan, and he was wobbling A Truck. And I just admire that. I admire a guy.
Pretty sure that Nick has beaten the Crimson Blur in a set with Ice Climbers.
He's also the Crimson Blur's boss, which begs the question: why couldn't you force him to get on the show tonight?
Yeah.
That's true, actually. You do have that power.
Could have threatened him.
Did you know PR Rog is Dewan's boss? I just find that super funny.
That is hysterical.
That's fucking hysterical, right? I just have to bring that up.
No, we have no idea what the new rule set is because the boss isn't here. The Crimson Blur let us down today, unfortunately. For everything that he can do, him and him alone, for all of the amazing things the Blur did tonight, I would say subpar performance.
Drop the ball a little bit.
Awful.
Did anything fun happen at EVO?
Yeah.
We have any EVO stories? I can't think of any, to be honest.
I mean, we just basically stayed in a hotel room and played Melee.
We did.
I got really sick and spent Sunday with a high fever recovering.
Okay.
And EVO, this was the first tournament where I had a lot of fun, but also it made me realize that I'm an old man because every night 11 p.m. would roll around and there was some party I was supposed to go to, and I would just be like, wait, I just want to sleep.
So I had a similar experience.
Yeah.
I felt like every night I was drinking a bunch at the blackjack table, but I went home early because I felt super tired. And then turns out, what time did I
You
go
got
back?
in after 3 every single night, dude. You were a party animal. I was the old man, for sure.
Yeah.
I was the one who was in bed the earliest. Definitely Hax was in bed
the pool party.
super early one night or two. Yeah, Prince Abu had a great showing.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that was weird.
Was weird.
I definitely called it on the mic before he played Plop. I was like, well, he's going to get rocked.
I was listening to your commentary, and I was like, yeah, that's about right.
And game 1 happened, and
He got destroyed. Yeah.
it was wild. Yeah, the EVO talk show thing. Were you on you were not on the jump off.
They invited me, and I said,
Because
I don't think so. I think I'll pass.
I would have passed if it was 8 p.m. I had one block. It was actually a lot of fun. I was on with Sajam.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, he had
Cool peeps.
he was on there the
He
whole
was
entire time.
He was
which
the dude.
cool.
He was he's a hustler, first of all. But second of all, Sajam's actually super duper funny. He is that same sort of just. It makes sense to me that he would be the FGC person. I mean, besides Mike Ross and Gutex, to do something like the
Got it.
recipe.
Yeah.
Because he is that colloquial, he can just talk, and just be really entertaining. and it was funny. I don't know. It was me and him, and we had Coney, Smash 4 commentator, on there, as well as DC, also Smash 4 commentator. And it felt like 15 minutes. It felt like 10, 15 minutes, but it was an hour. It was good. It was good times.
I can't think of anything fun that happened that's storyable.
Storyable.
I can't think of a single thing. Lucky 100, you could talk about Lucky 100. You want to talk about the Legends of Blackjack?
Sure. Yes.
Atrioc is so bad at blackjack.
Atrioc is quite possibly the worst.
Atrioc has every single bad instinct that I had. So I've lost at blackjack every single time I've played. When I go to tournaments, yeah, I always go in. I take some money out. I put it on the table. I lose it. That's the way that it goes. This time I broke even, so I did way better.
Okay.
The way that I emotionally feel playing blackjack is when I lose a hand, I want to put more money in so that I get all the money that I lost back. So I make it up. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like you make all your money back just like that.
Yep.
Atrioc has the same exact instinct, but this time I was playing blackjack thinking to myself, every time I do that, I lose all of my money. So maybe I'm not going to do it exactly like that. And we were on a table. Was it me, you, Mango, Atrioc?
Yeah.
We were on a table where literally... do you want to tell the story about what's a monkey?
Okay, so
what is a monkey for the fans?
So people know how to play blackjack, right? You get dealt a 2-card hand, and the dealer has a 2-card hand, and the dealer busts. Everybody wins.
Bust is if you go over 21.
Yeah. So everybody gets their hand dealt, and if you bust, you're out of the hand. But if you stay, you're still in the hand. And then the dealer flips over their card, and you're hoping everybody at the table's hoping the dealer busts.
Yes.
And so there's a term in the gambling community. It's monkey, means a 10 card, a face card. And so I've gotten into the habit, along with Mango and some other people, of screaming monkey at the top of my lungs whenever the dealer flips over their card and they need a 10 to bust.
Monkey! You scream it at the top of your lungs. Mango says it loudly, I would say.
Yeah.
So Ben brings it to another level.
It gets louder as the night goes on.
It gets loud.
I'll put it there.
Yep.
So we were at a table where I think out of 10 hands, 8 the dealer busted.
Yeah.
We were winning. We could not lose.
It was great because
we were making money left and right.
Mm-hmm.
When I say we, I mean me, BenSW, and Mango were making money left and right. And somehow Atrioc found a way to lose money during this period. I don't
The dealer's busting. What was he doing?
He was also busting, I guess.
And so, Atrioc kept losing. It was like, oh my God. We're all having fun. He's just like sitting in the corner. He's like, man, should I go to the ATM? Blah, blah, blah.
That's my favorite thing about watching Atrioc gambles. In person, he's like pretty conservative.
Yeah.
He like plays his video games, so he loses. He'll play more, whatever. When he gambles, he turns into degenerate. Like, should I go to the ATM? Like, I already took out like $400, but I think I hit my limit, but I need to go back. I need to win it back.
I've never seen
Last
it like
year
that.
at Evo, he lost all his money. He went to the ATM, got $200, and put it in like the video roulette machine. Like, he didn't go to a roulette table. He put it in the video blackjack machine and just sat alone in the corner losing his money because he's the worst gambler of all time. In the video machine with nobody around. He didn't want anybody to see him lose.
He didn't want anybody to see him, in his darkest hour. So anyway, he would come up to me, I think because he knew I was the least seasoned gambler of the gang. He was saying, hey, Scar, like, just put it all in, dude. Just put, like, all this money in.
Because misery loves company.
That's what I'm thinking to myself. And the worst part... The only reason I didn't listen to him was because I wanted to do what he told me to do, and I knew that I couldn't trust myself. So I was like, okay, Atrioc, you're the external, you're the embodiment of all my bad gambling.
The little red devil in the
shoulder. That's exactly.
Yeah.
So I knew to ignore him and therefore to ignore myself. So thank you, Atrioc, for being such a terrible gambler. But there's a parallel legend of the Lucky 100, which we discovered.
Yeah, well, I mean, the next part of that story I want to say is that the look on Bobby's face after Atrioc left looked like every hand he got dealt was literally the worst hand he lost his house on. Like, every single time he got a hand dealt, your face looked like literally... like, everybody's thinking, like, Bobby's losing a lot of money. And at one point, Mango and I look over, and you've got, like, $500 worth of chips. You've got, like, stacks so high you can't see over them.
Wow. I was winning and winning, but my facial expression was just, like, stone cold. I don't know why.
So...
Wrong game.
Yeah. Mango's a gambler, as I'm sure you all know.
Mm.
And as a gambler, he does some wild things. And, I'm along for the ride. So after screaming monkey a couple of times, he slams down, we were playing $25 hands. He slams down $100 in chips, 4 green chips, and screams Lucky 100. And he looks at me and he says, Lucky 100?
Lucky 100.
Lucky 100. Lucky 100. Lucky 100. Like he's a Pokemon, like the Lucky 100 Pokemon. He just starts screaming it. I look at him. And as a degenerate gambler, fellow degenerate gambler, I take 4 green chips and put it in the stack. And we look at Bobby. We're like, lucky 100? Lucky 100?
I don't remember what I did.
I think for once in your life, you said yes to Mango and his degenerate gambling. You put $100 in the middle, and I think we all lost our money.
Oh.
But then Mango
would
did
make
it
sense.
again. And later on in the night, he was trying to convince me the legend of the Lucky 100. He's like, you never lose when you have a Lucky 100.
Yeah,
Once
that's
you're
right.
Lucky 100, it's the Lucky 100.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
It's the Lucky 100.
It's just, and I had gotten to the point where Mango had left, and I was still sitting down, and apparently in my state, I told somebody else, I think it was Tapkins,
You're trying to spread it.
Lucky 100. And I talked to him in the
Lucky
same
100.
Pokemon, like Lucky 100.
Lucky 100.
And then I was trying to explain to him the theory, but I was like pretty drunk, so I was like, it's the Lucky 100. You can't lose it. You get 100 in the middle. It's Lucky 100. It's just it's just Lucky 100.
Right.
And Taff was like, "What the? What's
What are you
wrong
talking
with this
about,
person?"
Ben? But I remember I visited Mango the next day, and he was telling me with ever increasing numbers how well Lucky 100 had been doing. He's like, "Dude, Lucky 100 has won me like $5K tonight." It would be like 2 hands later, I didn't even leave. Lucky 100. $8,000 minimum I've made tonight from the Lucky 100. Bet like 100 in the middle. Man, Lucky 100, $7.5 thousand immediately.
One time I put
Never lose with Lucky 100.
Never lose with Lucky 100.
I put Lucky 100 in the middle, and I won. And then I went to go take my chips off, and I accidentally knocked over one of the top chips of my Lucky 100 stack.
Oh, no.
That's
And
a no-no.
immediately, without, just immediately after I do that, Lauren, who's standing behind us, is like, "Oh, it's no longer Lucky." And Mango's like, "Yeah, it's no longer the Lucky 100. You got to take it off." And I took it off. I put $25 on, and I promptly lost the next hand. So,
Wow.
legend
Lucky 100
continues.
real.
Wow.
Meanwhile, while Ben was continuing to gamble, I went upstairs to play Smash Bros. Melee with hacks on the box.
Yeah.
That fool plays so lame.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He approached 0 times in 3 days. So, I have a new theory.
go ahead.
I played him in Foxidos.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Okay.
I couldn't quite beat him. And, I was soul searching a little bit. I was picking other characters. I was picking Marth. And then I realized if I pick Falcon, all I have to do is commit to one singular strategy. It's a new strategy that I devised based on
By yourself.
losing to Hax. Not
Okay.
by myself. It came from Hax's, let's say, incredibly stubborn perspective on the game.
Okay.
Hax, I think, is just as an individual very, very stubborn. When he has something in his head, he's just going to, that's the way that it is. That's how he's going to do it.
Yep.
And he believes it to be true.
Okay.
I realized that Falcon as a character is all about cheese.
Cheese.
He is a cheesy character. His greatest talent is annoying the opponent. So I committed to this cheese tactic versus Hax money. And I believe that it's going to revolutionize how people think about Captain Falcon. You just have to be as annoying as humanly possible with the character. And he's actually a legend.
How is it working out against Hax Money?
I don't quite remember because I don't think that I didn't want to reveal too much of the tactic to him. But I did play many a game versus BenSW and Atrioc.
There you go. There you go.
And the strategy has proven to be a winner.
Yeah, it probably would have worked on Hax too.
That's
degree of
mostly what
success.
I think. I was playing as cheesy as humanly possible, trying to just play annoyingly.
To be honest, I was watching you versus BenSW earlier when you were playing those Falcon versus Falco friendlies. It looked like you were just... I didn't really see any cheese. I felt like you were just kind of beating his ass.
It's because you were not Ben. I was already in his head at
You
that
think
point.
Ben
He was
felt
already
cheesed
cheesed
out.
out.
Okay.
And so I was just capitalizing on the cheese that had been placed down already. Once you're in the mousetrap, I can have fun. But the point is I have to put the cheese there. You go for the cheese. You get caught by the mousetrap. Now it's time to play. So I will admit, now that you brought up, did I actually play Hacks to the strategy? Did it do well? I do remember before EVO 2016, I perfected a new strategy versus BenSW, Atrioc, and Golf, which was the forward B over and over tactic, which I believed at that point to be unbeatable.
Right.
If you just forward
This is
B
2014,
more,
but
it was 2014.
Yeah.
If you just forward B more, you basically cannot lose with Captain Falcon. It's the best move in the game.
Yeah.
I took that strategy to EVO.
Okay.
And I believe that I tied with Atrioc in pools.
Fuck yeah.
So maybe that suggests that the people that I'm playing against, like I played down to their level. But I think that cheese is different.
Yeah, cheese is
really
different.
do.
The best players
And I'm going
lose
to
to
show it
cheese.
to you tonight.
Okay. I think the best players lose to cheese sometimes.
Yeah.
I think even the gods of the game cheese each other, get cheesed by each other. I think Mango tweeted about Mewtwo King being cheesy one time. What does that tell you?
Mewtwo King is
That
a
tells you
cheeser.
that
He's a
Mewtwo
cheeser.
King
He is a cheeser.
probably
actually. I
heard
actually
about
totally agree with
your
that.
cheese strategy when you invented it just now, which you just did, and then
I'm bringing it to
he
Falcon.
hears about it like 2 weeks from now, and then he invents a time machine and goes back in time and teaches himself.
and
about
that's
it.
how he
what I
became Mewtwo King.
like. Yeah,
From this show.
yeah, from this show.
We know you're watching, Jason. That's proof. What time is it, Spencer? Is it time? 8:43. I think it's time.
I think
When did
it's
we
time.
start? 7?
It's not like
Are you ready? Do we have anything
I'm
else
ready.
that we want to share?
I
I don't. I told you guys about Hack's Money and how he plays the game.
The only thing I remember you really wanted to talk about was how you revolutionized the game, and you just
Yeah,
talked
that I
about
just
it.
did. I'm gonna show you the depth of the revolution. Also, check out the reads.
Check out the reads.
Phil was a great guest. We had a great time.
We did, and no spoilerino, but we went up in rank. How up? You're just gonna have to watch and find out.
You're gonna have to watch. Head
But
on over to
man.
YouTube Cross Counter, and you'll check it out. And if you want to see episodes in advance, you can go to crosscounter.tv. It's a coupon called The Reads in all caps, and
The
you
Reads.
can get a whole month watching The Reads content. Oh, there it is. That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. The reads.
We have graphics. I think it's a pretty good show. We're going to record the next one
Oh
tomorrow.
my god, I love that's so fucking cool. Do I get one?
Yeah, can we get one of those? That's
There are
actually sick.
official
The
controller
Scar
skins.
Tosho official controller skins.
Look at that.
Brought to you by us. Is that us? Did we do it? Who's it brought to people by?
Sword Railer.
Sword Railer. I don't know. Toph's getting his controller.
Oh, okay.
Me and Ben.
Do you want to play?
I need a warm up. Toph's gonna.
Okay. I'm gonna mess you up, dude. This is the BenSW focus.
Oh, I just got hit by that. Okay, I learned something just now. Wow, up tilt. Sick. I power shielded that. What if you came right at me? You know what would have happened?
You would have cheesed me. That's what I've learned. Oh, I
Yes!
didn't tech.
You didn't tech. You couldn't
I
tech.
tried.
I delayed it. I actually knew for a fact you were going to forward smash, and I tried to...
That's why I delayed it.
All right. All right, Ben. Feel yourself, why don't you?
It's because I'm a legend, dude, and you're nothing.
I'm not playing cheesy enough.
Yeah, where's your fucking
I feel like if
Gouda?
you ever lose
Oh,
with this strategy, the answer is always just cheesy-er.
get that whiz whiz.
This stage is actually perfect for cheese. Wow. Just shield grab. You're sick. Did I really tournament win? Did you taunt?
Yeah.
Did I tournament win again?
Taunted like 6 times this match.
Did you really? No, you haven't. If you have,
That was the
I'm
second
literally
one.
not paying attention. Yeah.
That was the 3rd taunt.
I really wanted to down air you, but
I
it's proving
see
very
that.
difficult.
Oh, I thought I jabbed. Oh, what was my DI?
It was the DI of the ledge.
You wanna?
The ledge.
I didn't tech on purpose.
Hey, Spencer, chat wants me to win.
No, they don't want me to win. Is what they.
The model get muted because that's a super popular song. I hate when 4B knocks you too high for knee. I'm dead.
And that's a W. Next.
You can get a warm-up game, though.
Wait,
I'm going to do what you did.
Wait, do I get one with Ben? All right. You can do that. Go on, Ben. That's a W.
Next.
Bring it
Senior
up.
on land. I was not talking that game because I suck when I talk. That was a BenSW roll, by the way.
I hear you. That was
What the hell?
That was quite the edge guard, Ben.
I've been working on that. The reverse F tilt. You know I was gonna roll there. Why didn't you call it?
Oops. Oops.
Okay, you got those. Bobby did not have those.
Tried to make it a little weird, you know?
Yeah, you almost got me. I tried to make it a little weird there too.
I hear you.
Oh, Joe. Oh, fuck.
Yes! Oh, shit! I think I fast fell without meaning to fast fall. Oops.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! Oops.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Yo, can we call the show the BenSW show? Because I just beat both your asses.
I'm down, man. I'm fucking down. Alright, let's do this thing. Shit, which one's mine?
All right. So
Alright.
this suggests that we're about evenly matched. You know,
Yep.
BenSW able to defeat both of us.
They will defeat both of us. So, with that in mind...
Anther's Ladder's rating a skill is right on point.
Are you trying to blind pick first
Are you on
character?
the ladder?
Are you just playing?
Are you gold?
No.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
You gotta check the,
I'll probably-
check the latest...
Yeah,
sorry,
well,
what's
you know,
up?
I don't have the coupon code.
The coupon code.
So in case you guys didn't know, this is a 2 out of 3 set.
Yep.
The stakes are the home channel of the Scar and Toph show
Yep.
in 2 weeks'
In
time.
2 weeks'
and I
time.
think, Toph, we haven't discussed this at length, but I would love to commit to resuming our 2-week cadence.
I would love to do that.
Especially because since today is the second episode of the Phil set of the reads, that means that 2 weeks from now, it will be the premiere of the next set, which will be available to subscribers, so we can bring
no, it will
news.
be the 4th episode of Phil.
Yeah, I know, but that's when we upload
yeah,
the other
yeah.
exclusive set to crosscounter.tv, and we can hype that up. So that's the plan.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down. Sounds
3
like
out of 5. I
sounds
said
like
3
a
out
good
of 5,
idea.
right?
3
You
out
said
of
best
5.
out of 3, but
Oh, it's best
Let's
out of 5.
best out of 5.
let's
so.
fucking do
You're
it.
playing this character?
I'm playing this character.
I think that's a mistake.
I'm gonna learn your cheese and
Are you?
use it against you.
You're picking Dreamland.
I am now.
So
Dreamland.
here's the
Dreamland.
thing about this matchup. I've only played Cheesy in this matchup. What you have to do
Ever.
is you just have to
Watch.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
the
I tried
cheese?
to counter cheese with cheese. I
You
think
just
our
have
cheese is
to
traded
edge guard
or
better than the
fine
other Falcons.
cheeses. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Bobby, where'd you get those dash dances? Oh, wait a
Okay,
second.
so
these
you're
back
off
airs?
stage. So now I'm
All right. Well, I'm back.
Okay, wait a second.
back air. Back air is the correct edge guard in all cases.
This looks like none.
All cases.
Here.
Hax and I have labbed this till the end of time. We discovered that back air is the only edge guard worth doing.
Oh my. Oh my god. Is that Bobby's car?
Okay. You held the line, and I respect that.
As long as you have to.
Lesser players would say, "Get me out of here! I'm not ready for this."
That was
That was quite the Praha.
yeah, that was a Praha. I'll give you that. Wait a second.
Oh, get up.
You were not playing this well against me. What was going on?
You got in my head, Ben.
Get out of my head, Charles.
There you go, back air. I'm gonna try to
Try
trick
that
you. Oh, okay, that was actually good.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was sick.
Same diff.
Oh, the cheese?
I wizarded you.
You did. Please never do that again, Bobby.
Well, you know, knee in that situation was like, it would have been hard to do. There are some times when knee is just really difficult.
Oh my god.
How is that
You're
happening?
crazy, Bobby.
You're do you know you actually, that's what Will Ferrell says in,
Probably not in
You're
that
dead.
voice though.
he does.
The cheese!
He does. It's because it's in old school. And
This is a
he gets
reference that
shot
Spencer's
with
helping us
he gets
make
shot
that-
with a tranquilizer. And he gets shot with a tranquilizer by Stifler. Who's the guy who plays Stifler?
BenSW.
No. Are you fucking serious, Ben?
I was just trying to figure out if my voice
Spencer,
was
can you
still
give me
messed up.
that voice, the one that... So he gets shot.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I didn't finish it, but the point is,
I think I basically get it. What is this a movie or what,
yeah,
what's
he
the
gets shot
reference?
with the gun, and Stifler looks at Ben Stiller and he's like, "That's awesome!" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You just got shot with a tranquilizer dart, man."
Oh, I remember this somehow. Oh,
And
what
Will
was that?
Ferrell just looks at him. He's like, and it gets in that weird effect, and he's like, "You're crazy.
I know that.
I like
know
you,
that.
but you're crazy." And it's fucking funny.
With that effect though.
Yeah. What stage?
Battlefield.
I don't want to I don't want to pay your whole tuition through school. I'm not sure if you're going to continue playing Falcon, but
I don't understand that.
you're getting schooled. You're getting schooled on the matchup.
Well, because I was thinking, tuition's really expensive, so I was like, wait, I'd really like that.
Oh my god. Is that Score?
Oh my!
Oh, I did not shield. Okay. All right, that was sick.
That was the greatest Falcon kick
Oh my
of the
God.
century.
Why are you only messing with BenSW's audio?
Yeah. That's the part
That's a really weird thing.
that works.
I mean, he's the most fun to make. He's the most fun to make fun of.
Wow. You're just gonna go there, Spencer?
Why do you have to work with my
Boys?
Please stop.
I hate you.
Censor.
This is
So
what
I hit
happens
back air.
when you come on the
Only
show.
back air. Back air.
Could you neither? And it's the same effect?
I think back air is better for a reason
Oh.
that I cannot think of.
Okay. Let me look at it.
Oh,
That knee was good.
I guess it does matter. There you go. I should have up aired you. That was the
You should have up
difference.
aired.
Wish I could gentleman.
Is it gonna be a 4-stock?
I practiced it for like about 30 minutes, and I was like, well, I'll do this again tomorrow. I'll be good at it in no time. And then I didn't do it the next day.
Yeah, me and Phil taught you, or maybe I taught Phil.
This was after that. This was a whole separate instance.
Oh, good grab.
Oh, that was a good dash dance.
Oh, yeah.
Could not follow it up though, Toph.
He's gonna do rapid chips.
Oh!
I was waiting for the B move.
That was a.
I'm not sure why back air is better, but it is.
I think you. I
can't
feel like
miss.
you can move after the back air faster than every other aerial.
Maybe. Or maybe
So
it
that's
just
why.
extends farther back.
All right, I'm not gonna do it with Falcon. Clearly, I'm down 0-2,
2-0.
so I'm gonna play some Falco. I'm gonna see if I can recreate the
You can put on the
BenSW
BenSW tag
greatness.
if you pick the BenSW color, which is red. Wait,
I actually can't pick it. Oh, weird. That's a 20XX thing. I feel like in a. Let's do it.
BenSW
That's fine.
red.
I'm gonna stay. What do you think about that? You staying?
I'm staying. Yeah, because you have the BenSW tag. Oh my god.
Oh my
I
God.
actually feel fearful at this moment.
You lost your last game against me, so you might lose this one.
But I'm going to show Toph now that he's playing a Spacey the power of the cheese.
Yeah, I'm.
The cheese.
The cheese!
Because versus Falcon, Toph!
Okay, that's cheesy.
Yeah, there's only one word to describe 4B. Oh, I did not mean to roll.
He had Arduino, man.
Yeah, if you had Arduino.
But I don't think you do. What's going on here? Looking like Ralph out here. This isn't BenSW, this is Ralph. You're just up tilting in place while Bobby's halfway across the stage.
That it was Ben that one time that
oh my god!
Remember that time that Ben that Phil was here and told you to turn your back to him? I'm
Yeah.
just remembering that, and it was
Okay.
on Stadium too.
Turn your back!
Yeah, just turn your back. Look,
Turn
you're
your back to
already-
him!
you're
Back
already
here!
defending.
Back here, Toph! Back here! Don't do that. That's
don't
that's
do
the
that.
BenSW. You don't
mulligan?
want that
You're
BenSW.
trying to mulligan or what?
Nah, I'm
A full
probably
stock
beat your ass.
versus cheese.
They said it couldn't be done.
Wait a minute. That was actually so
that was
sick.
slick.
I'm gonna have to finish the punish. Okay.
That was sick.
Salto
All
slick
right, that
Rick.
was sick. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a second. We're in Toph's house now.
Damage.
Fire stage.
That's what we call damage.
Okay. Bobby's got some stomps.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Ooh! Oh god. I didn't know that. Sorry, Spencer.
The game.
I didn't know that
think
making
there's
that
like an
noise
audio
IRL
block.
would make that sound.
Hey, this isn't the reads. It's fine.
Yeah, this doesn't pay your bills.
Wait a second.
Oh, that forward smash was sick.
Would you call that the BenSW?
No, it had too much logic.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright. I'll
It's
give you
different
that.
with.
That was a BenSW forward smash. That made no sense. Wait a second. Oh my god, where did you get that spot dodge from? Where'd you pull that one out? Woo! Okay, the weight, I like it. Haven't been really able to get Bobby from above those stomps. Hitbox is 3/4 of the stage.
3/4. That's what I actually believe the technical measurement is.
If we were to
Am
go
I
into
living?
debug mode. Oh, why would you grab there? What were you looking to do? What's your angle? Oh, wait a second. Gotta grab here. Yeah, the Wizzy. You just gotta up air him. Grab him again and up air. And then you two will be Wizro.
Both of us.
Wait a second. That was ballsy.
Oh, that up tilt was amazing.
Oh, I jumped.
I'm not playing Silver Spider. This is Topher Scar. No. Okay.
That was my C-stick move. You know about that?
Scar jump?
Am I dead? For the first time in Melee history, Falcon's Nair beat Falco's forward smash.
That never happened.
Right,
Is that a 30?
That was a 30,
quick
but
30.
it was because of that SD.
Oh, my bad. I didn't feel like it was cheesy though. I just felt like you played good Falcon. I don't know.
That's no.
I think here's my theory on the cheese thing. I think the world discovered cheese on the whole like a long time ago. And I think you have this lofty ideal of like what Falcon should be as a character.
Cheese.
No, I think you have a very honorable, like the Street Fighter 4 thing. You know,
Perhaps.
the integrity, the reads, all that.
None of
And
that.
I feel like
Throw
you
it all
are
out the
catching
window.
up to the degenerate and not degenerate, but just like do whatever it takes to win.
So what you're
mentality
saying-
that the rest of the world has. I feel like you arrived at that too late because of the honor and the passion and the integrity that you have deep down.
You're saying that I think cheese is just what 2017 Melee thinks is
Just
good Melee.
imagine the rest of the world has no morals, and you have been living your whole life by this creed. Like you're an honest man, you know, maybe you're religious, and the rest of the world is.
And nice guys are finishing last.
Exactly.
Every day of the week.
And you finally wake up one morning and you say enough is enough, and you kind of you cut a deal or something, and you do something that sacrificed your previous integrity to. And I'm just saying, I feel like the rest of the world arrived at that conclusion a long time ago.
What if, though?
Because
the
when I play a
real
lot of
meta-
Falcons, they play just like that.
Just like that. So
Yeah.
I'm playing like what you're used to in the meta,
That's what I'm saying.
which is.
Cheesy.
Cheesy.
But do they think that they're cheesy?
I think they became cheesy so long ago. I think the world became cheesy and saturated with cheese and filth and degenerate play so long ago.
Maybe the only way to win with integrity today is to admit that it's cheese up front.
Yeah. Maybe that's the most noble thing you can do.
Maybe it is. I try to do nothing skillful and just
You've
be
got
annoying.
a mic right in front of your mouth, dude. you lifted your shirt up, but the mic was.
Well, I didn't want to get the germs on the. I don't know what I was thinking. There was actually no thought process that went into that.
Amazing. That was the Scar and Toph Show featuring BenSW. We have some shout-outs to do because we had such generosity on the stream tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 20 Skrilla.
A 20? Oh my god.
Why does it say Twitch Scar is subscribed?
Wait, is this from 2 hours ago? Josh Gruel X. 15 months for the people. Thank you so much. Bean SSBM, 15 months. Bad Wolf 695, 15 months. Saying, damn, Blur has lost some weight. Kappa. We'll let Blur know.
Must be all the yoga.
Nice stuff that
Yeah,
you've
the
said
yoga.
about him. Freeborn119 subscribing.
Ooh.
A new subs. The first new sub we've had in months. Huevos. 4 month sub. Thank you so much. McPatty. 15 months. Wub-dub-wub-dub-dub.
Maybe he's trying to sing the.
Yo baba, yo
bring the
baba,
beat.
yo baba.
No, I was thinking the
Baba. Yeah, probably bring the
elevator
beat.
song.
My man XC Apple, 16 months, old boys.
That's an OG
That's
sub,
right.
yeah.
Pete's laughing, new sub. Thank you so much. Ludwig Anders, thanks for the shout-outs at Evo. I actually did not give Ludwig any shout-outs at Evo. I gave him a tweet shout-out when I was on the plane in Oakland.
Okay.
Not at Evo,
Okay.
but thanks anyway. Nick Allen, 20 bits
Wow.
in the stream. Thank you.
There he is, right there.
DSChew89 says, longtime fan, want to support the scene. I sent you a message on Facebook Messenger book. DSChew trying to pick some brain. I don't know how I'll know who you are. Unless your
The
name on
20
Facebook
bones.
is DSChew89. Maybe you should let me know.
His last name is probably Chew.
All right, I'm looking for Mr. Chew.
20 big ones.
Alfred Guy, thank you for the bits.
Mm-hmm.
Pha 20, 16 months. Oh, rip. I hope it was worth it.
I'm sure it was
As always,
worth
the VODs.
Yeah.
Cats and Kinder, 8-month resub. Dr. Battle, the homie. That face when you slept through. Scar and Toph Show feels bad, man. 16 months, 13 minutes ago. Sick with it. Good morning. And Panini Wizard, 16 months, sup with it. Thank you, Panini Wizard.
I'd love to have one of your paninis.
That's right. 16 months.
That's is that the longest that you can be subscribed to?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Probably. If XC Apple is 16 months, then that's what I would.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. And as we said, we're going to be on NetPlay tomorrow. I think it's just going to be the two of us, right?
Yeah.
Scar and Toph, the Reeds,
Yep.
Smash Ladder. If you don't have it, get it. Let's play some Melee tomorrow night. Gwerf, thank you so much. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We'll be back in 2 weeks. If any of you want to be our manager of booking people and getting guests on the show, let me know. Got some cheddar cheese in it for you.
Are we committing to that?
I want to do it, man. I don't want you to have to worry about it. I don't want to have to worry about it. There are so many people we have not gotten on the show.
That's true.
Do people want a Blur Part 2? They say they do
Oh,
in
you
the
say
chat,
this is
but
Blur Part 1?
you know,
This is Blur Part 1.
Blur's not coming.
Blur's never coming.
He's never gonna come.
No.
I'm just saying, if that's
There's
what
a
you
new
want,
Hearthstone expansion.
tweet
out.
at me.
I think if he
let me
wants to be
know.
on the show now, I think he's not invited.
It will require serious effort.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to book guests. You'll have to find availability. You'll have to coordinate with your boys. But if you do a great job, yeah, maybe we can have M2K on the show. You know, if you do a great job, maybe we could have Plup on the show, Duck on the show,
Leffen.
Westballs on the show, Leffen on the show, Android Armada,
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, DOGG on the show.
That should be our goal. That should be the ultimate goal of the Starter
I
Tale
thought it
show.
was to get The Rock.
If you want it to happen, you can make it happen. That's what we're saying right now. We are opening it up to the public. We want the best and the brightest.
Blur's not coming.
I don't even know what that voice
never
was.
coming.
That was Nick.
Thank you one more time. And do you have anything to say to your fans?
Thanks everybody for using my emote every day of the week. Every time a Not Like This gets put into a chat, a fairy gets its wings. So I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all.
Especially the animated one, right? The
The
animated,
animated one, truthfully, the animated one, for every 100 bits that is cheered with my face on it, I will donate 1 penny to charity.
He
This
tracks
year.
it.
I track it.
That's a
So,
fact.
If you donate 10,000 bits, that's $1 to charity.
That's right. That's all it
Sorry, not
takes.
donate. Cheer
that's right.
10,000 bits.
Use.
Use 10,000 bits.
Thank you. We will see you next time. Peace out.
Bye,
From
everybody.
the Scar and Toph Show.